Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf. She was sponsored Lui Nishma Asar B'Yaakov Shalom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Kuv Dalet. The Gemara in the middle of Amud Beis, when speaking about the Psukim of Eicho, the Gemara dashes Vatisa Kol Ha'id V'Itnus Kulon V'Yivku Ha'om Balei Lahu. By the Meraglim, when they came back, everybody cried. So the Gemara dashes Omar Abba Omar B'Yechanon Oisod Lailo Leil Tisha B'Av Hoyo Amalam HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Yisrael Atem Mechisim Mechia Shalchinom V'Ani Kvalachem B'Chia L'Doros. You cried a b'chia, a cry of nothing for free, for no reason. I will give you crying for doiros on that same night, the night of Tisha B'Av. And as the Gemara mentioned earlier, this gives you the opportune time. There's here a bad ace. That's the ace of Tisha B'Av. But you need to understand, what is the connection between Chet and Meraglim and the Churban Abayis? Is it just because they cried one night, so they'll be crying a few generations later? Obviously, there's some direct connection, direct correlation between the Chet Meraglim and the Churban Abayis. What is the connection? So one way is brought down in the Parshas Drochim Drush Ches, and in short is brought down over here in the Ben Yoyodo. And the idea is, the Medrash says, the Moshe Rabbeinu did not go into Eretz Yisrael. So when he's going to get up in Tchias HaMeisim, he's going to bring with him the Dor Midbar. They're going to come together to Eretz Yisrael. So explains the Parshas Drochim, what's Pshat? If Moshe Rabbeinu would go into Eretz Yisrael, he would be mevatel the Yetzer Hara of Avodah Zarah. He goes on to explain that the whole Golus, everything bad that happened to Klal Yisrael, is because of the Yetzer Hara of Avodah Zarah that they had. That's why the Achikres Agdoilo took it away and began by Sheni. If Moshe Rabbeinu would go into Eretz Yisrael, so he would take away this Yetzer Hara of Avodah Zarah, and they would never go to Golus. Now, in Dor Midbar, there was a Gzeiro, Im Yevoyun al Menuchosek. Shbok did a shua. They're not coming to Eretz Yisrael in this first coming from Mitzrayim. They're not going to join Am Yisrael. But if they go to Golus, if Am Yisrael is going to Golus, and they have to come again to a new Menucha to Eretz Yisrael, then Dor Midbar can join. So Yimele Zuk the Parshas Drochim says the Ben Yoyodo, the reason why Moshe Rabbeinu did not go to Eretz Yisrael is in order to have us Mizake Dor Midbar to come to Eretz Yisrael. So Nimtzo, if Am Yisrael would not be Chet and Chet Meraglim, and they would go to Eretz Yisrael to begin with, so Moshe Rabbeinu would go there would be Vat Yetzer Avodah Zarah, and there will be no Galus. The only reason the Moshe Rabbeinu is not going to Eretz Yisrael is in order to come and bring back the Dor Midbar. So therefore there is a Yetzer Avodah Zarah, and that's why there's Churban Abayis. So Churban Abayis is connected to Chet Meraglim, because by Chet Meraglim you have the Dor Midbar dying, and now you have to go to Galus to be able to bring them back. The Maharal in Chidush HaGodah says a little differently, and this is what the Maharal says in a few places in this Svar. The Maharal's Yesod is that whatever the Dor Mitzrayim does, and in other places he says whatever Moshe Rabbeinu does, is something that has no bitul. Moshe Rabbeinu takes out Mitzrayim, Am Yisrael are free since then. That's why we're Chagig, Chag HaPesach, because we're out of Mitzrayim. We have Gulas and Nefesh from Mitzrayim. Am Yisrael it has Kriyas Yamsuf, that's something that's never taken away. Am Yisrael receives the Torah and never loses it. If Dor Midbar and Moshe Rabbeinu would go into Eretz Yisrael, they would never go to Golus. Because whatever they do, whatever is done from Dor Yetzer Mitzrayim, something that has no bitul. The Maharal says, Keshem shayetzia imikuyemes nitzchis, kach haya nitzchi biyosem el haaretz v'lo haya bitul oilam. Because whatever Dor Midbar does, it's something that is not cancelled, it's not bottle. So if Dor Midbar would not do Chet Meraglim and to go to Eretz Yisrael, there will be no Golus, there will be no Churban Abayis. But because they did a Chet, so they did a break in the Mahalach of going from Mitzrayim coming to Eretz Yisrael, it's not anymore Dor Yetzer Mitzrayim coming to Eretz Yisrael, so Yimele has something that has a bitul, something that could be cancelled. So that is the connection between Chet Meraglim and Churban Beis HaMikdash. And in other shurim, we explain a little deeper, maybe what the Maharal means. It's based on the Gemara says that if Am Yisrael would stay in Eretz Yisrael for too long, they would never have a Geula. That's the drasha that it says, V'neshamtem ba'aretz, if they would stay the number of years of V'neshamtem, so they would not have a Geula. Seemingly, that only applies to the generation of Dor Ba'aretz. If Dor Yetzer Mitzrayim would go into Eretz Yisrael, they would not have the issue of V'neshamtem. They would not need to go to Golus, because they'll be in such a high madrego, and they'll be able to cope with the challenges of Eretz Yisrael. But once it's not that generation, it's a lower generation. So that lower generation has an isyonis of Eretz Yisrael, adding here what the Parshas Drochim say, the Yetzer Hara of Avodah Zarah is very strong against them. and Yumele, they need Galus to rectify their sins. So this all comes together. Once the Dora Midbar is not going into Eretz Yisrael, so Yumele, going into Eretz Yisrael is something which is not permanent, it's something which is temporary. That's what brings Churban Abayis. Bechia Shechinam, it directly leads to Bechia Ledoiris. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.